And we are live.
It feels like an eternity since we last said that.
It does, doesn't it?
A little bit.
How long has it actually been? It was well, as far as the public one here,
It's been a month, roughly.
Well, more than that. It was April Fool's, right?
Oh, yes. It's been like 6 weeks.
Almost
My gosh.
6 weeks, yes.
Hello, we've missed you all.
We have missed you all. Have you missed us?
I hope so.
I can tell how much they're missing us because right now it says 0 people are watching.
It's okay. They will come. Look, people. There are people here.
If you build it, they will come.
So, welcome to our monthly free reading stream. And as April Fool's has come and gone, you get us again.
Yes. No more of Sound Guy except where he belongs, far, far in the distance.
In the background.
In the background.
So we do still have some spots open for tonight. 5 people signed up in advance. So we have 5 spots ready to go for people. And then anybody who signs up after the fact will get put in the waiting room because people don't always show up for the spots they've claimed.
Actually, some people, yes, we always have it every time. There's a few people that pre-book and then don't come.
Exactly.
You're frozen. Nope, that's just me.
No, it's just you.
It's just you. We're fine.
Sound Guy is having technical difficulties. So,
welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the lovely month of spring. You like that lovely month of spring, which is actually 3 months, but that's the point.
Oh, goodness. The comments are rolling in. Exciting.
You got a ton of people popping in tonight.
Yes, we do.
I was going to say, Joanne says you sent an email.
Did you see the email?
We did not receive it. Or the thing is, if we did receive, I checked email a little while ago, but
well, Joanne, I'm putting your name down anyway because we still have room anyway.
Yes, so yes, Joanne. So if you wanted to have a reading, if that was the purpose of the email, you're on the list now. So thanks for letting us know.
I see Kevin is here. I see. Oh, goodness. Everyone is commenting so fast. I do apologize for looking away from the camera. Goodness.
I can't keep up with it either.
Woo!
You said like 12 people at once.
I will say this: it's like with Romper Room. I see Billy and Tommy and Joey and Janie and.
All right, Debbie, I see you. Debbie is on the list.
And Lisa Smith Elliott, she would love a reading as well.
We got Joanne on the list.
Gabrielle Davis.
Where's my Gabby? Where? Oh my goodness.
Gabby, she's here.
Just below Joanne, then we have Joaquin Elise or Jacqueline Elise. Never mind.
Actually, when she says Jackie Aubrey, which she actually has already had previously signed up.
Yes. Okay.
Megan McCarthy.
My God. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes,
Woo! We got. Everything's happening so fast this evening. My goodness.
Christy,
okay.
we've already got you down for a reading, but thank you for...
Yes, we saw your comment on our event, and I did reply to you, but I don't know if you saw it, but we did get you. You are currently on the list.
Okay. Adrian Hughes, if there is still space.
So Gabby...
Yeah, you're right. You need to put Gabby down.
Gabby... who else am I missing? So I got Debbie, I got Gabby, I got...
Adrian,
I will get Adrian.
Got Nikki Daly, Debbie Brewster.
Got Debbie.
Lisa Smith Elliott.
Thank you. That's the one I was missing.
And I do believe that's...
Yes. So this is where we're going to start filling up the waiting room.
Wait list. So let's go over the list of those who actually pre-booked. And if you guys are here, some people already checked in, but
yes,
keep it going.
So do pay attention for your roll call attendance.
So Kevin Kotamash, Wendy Zimmerman, Christy West, Megan McCarthy, and Jackie Aubrey.
If they keep up at that rate, you're going to have more comments than I did.
And I know Christy and Jackie already checked in, so I know you guys are here.
Yes, and Megan checked in.
Megan checked in too. So did Kevin and Wendy check in?
I have not seen Oh, there is Kevin. I see Kevin. Okay, so I'm just missing Wendy, but also the comments are coming in so fast. thank you so much. We appreciate it. We've missed you all too so much.
Kevin has checked in.
Okay. So,
And so, yes, Wendy's the only one I think that has not checked in.
So,
Wendy!
Wendy.
Wendy!
Nikki, you are in the waiting room. So, and also, for anybody who may not get a reading tonight, as a reminder, we do this monthly. So if you don't get in tonight, you can pre-book for next month as well.
But please, even if you're not getting a reading, enjoy the show, because people have made comments about how the fact that we're actually a lot of fun to watch, aren't we?
We sure are.
Shall we
sure
be?
they weren't talking about me?
Jaylyn on YouTube, hello. You are in the waiting room as well. So, like I said, the waiting room are the people that, so we only offer 10 spots per night, but we have a waiting room open outside of those 10 spots because, like I said previously, sometimes people don't show up for the spot that they pre-booked.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall we begin?
Let us begin.
Kevin,
front and center.
Kevin!
So, thank you also, by the way, to everybody who participated in our April Fool's live stream. We had a lot of fun with that, and we hope you did too. And I know that, Kevin, you got a April Fool's reading, and I know that you mentioned that you actually wanted a real one.
You want a serious reading. So for Kevin and for everybody else, we have the Lord Fafnir and the Spawn.
I thought it was a serious reading.
Yeah, I know you thought it was a serious reading. Sound guy in the back there. So when it is time for your reading, just kind of like the little rules for those of you who are not familiar with this. These are mini readings. These are not going to be, these are meant to be like 5-10 minutes long. We basically we're using our tarot cards. If you want to have oracle cards, we can also use those. If you have a question, please put it out there. If you don't have a question, just want a general reading, then just say so. We ask that you pick which person you'd like to have to be the primary reader. Usually we both kind of chime in anyway, but if you would like to be myself as the primary or Red be the primary, that's great. If you have a choice of deck, pick that as well. We both read from Dragon Tarot. Red also carries with her infamous Swiss 11J deck that we refer to as the Dark Shadows deck. I also carry my relationship deck, which is also known as the R-rated Tarot of Sexual Magic, which actually has not been used at all in the last 2 times we did this.
Well, no, because the other the live stream we did last week was a family show, which we will discuss that a little later
on. Anyway, so
what would you like, Kevin?
Yes, and also we need a little bit of energy. So the thing is, if you want to have from a tarot deck, we ask that you, in addition to your question or lack thereof, give a number between 1 to 78, because you are picking the starting location of the tarot deck for your reading. 78 cards in the tarot deck. Alrighty, Kevin.
And now we wait, Kevin.
We're still waiting for you.
Oh no, let's not make you launch into your Al Pacino impression or we'll be here
I already
all night.
did that once. I'll give you like say I'm from the Wonder Years. No? No?
How many people are going to... Well, I mean, not many people my age would get that reference.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I don't know. They don't show that much on TV anymore, do they?
Where'd you go, Kevin?
Kevin,
come back. You can blame it all on me.
Kevin, come back around doing the reading.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Oh, while we're waiting for Kevin to reappear, because I swear he was just here.
He was. Wonder where you put your stuff, LOL. That's Christy saying that.
So for any of the people that are pre-booked on the list, if you have any kind of time zone-y, time constraint-y things and need to be bumped up for any reason, let us know, because that is sometimes an issue.
Kevin finally got back to us. 35, no question, no deck, preference, or reader.
So sounds like we're tag teaming, because that's usually what happens when they don't have a preference.
Mm-hmm. I say we start with the Swiss 11J.
Okay, so
35.
35.
And by the way, Christy, you are up next, so be prepared. with your information.
Has Wendy made herself known yet in the chat?
I have not seen Wendy come up in the chat yet.
Okay. You're not this time, Chels, but it's okay. We still love you. You can just be entertained by us tonight.
Okay. It's only at 35. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Don't do that. They'll sue us.
I'm sorry.
Shall I switch?
Switcheroo. I may have to,
Boom.
gotta move the cards a little bit. 3 inverted cards. So we have the inverted 2 of coins, the inverted 3 of swords, and the inverted Queen of Wands. Interesting.
That is.
2, 3, and Queen. Queen of Wands, Leo.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, God, not you again. Earth, air, fire, no water. The picture of this one always really drives me kind of crazy.
Oh, me too.
It's the fact that the S curve. It's like it's symmetrical. It tries to be symmetrical, but it doesn't quite fit it. If you look at the pattern on the inside here, this is the mirror image of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, then you have the fact of, the beautiful S curve, which is symmetrical, but the blue here and the red here. So while it's kind of drawn symmetrical, it's not. The pattern doesn't match.
Right.
And the thing is, it's like, okay, Kevin, and it's inverted on top of that. So what is out of sync? Because this card's out of sync. It's like everything should be flowing naturally, but something just isn't right. And I'm not sure if you actually really even recognize it or even know, or if you do know, you don't know why. Because it's one of those things that there's no logical reason why this is off, but it just is. And it's frustrated. I can almost like sense, I look at this card, I can feel that kind of a little bit of that angst, that frustration, the fact that you've done everything that you're supposed to have done, and it still doesn't come out right. And it's just like, what am I doing wrong? Well, it could be that you're actually not really doing anything wrong. The inverted 3 of swords over here, excuse me. Another card, which is symmetrical. Yes or no. It depends how you look at it. It's symmetrical.
I would say no.
It's symmetrical.
Until
it tries to be this way. And also you gotta go, no, wait a minute. That's not symmetrical, nor is this over here. They kind of like look at, but like, no, they're not. So this part is on the outside. The inside part is what's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So to the outside Earth, it's like, okay, this again, everything should be operating according, but on the inside, it's like, no, this is just really
inside your brain space is not a good place to be right now.
You got different palms at the bottom and the top too.
Mm-hmm. That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sound man.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. What is this here? Mick reading?
Yes. Oh, that old joke.
There's a joke I haven't heard in a long, long time.
Right? It's been
Well, actually,
a while.
wouldn't it make more sense if you was giving the reading, he would say Mick reading?
You were the one that did the McDonald's jingle.
Don't
Sue us.
Oh, why would they bother? We're not worth anything.
Wow.
Well, we can't all be some guy.
Wow.
So the angst, the idea of essentially that this is kind of screwy, you're feeling it more on the inside. So it's like you're good at hiding this. So I think there's a lot of people on the outside that wouldn't even notice that you're feeling that something is kind of off, something is kind of wrong. And then the whole point of this last card here, the inverted Queen of Wands, the inverted Queen of the Fire, the inverted Leo. Yes. And so is it refers to the fact of you, there you are, are you inverted today there, Leo?
Well, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, I've been a little inverted for like a couple of
I was
weeks.
going to say your entire life.
Hardy, hardy, hard.
Oh, come on. I had to say
Oh
that.
my God.
Hey, we were all thinking it. You just said.
You do want to go home with me tonight, right, Soundman?
Okay. Let's say this is for Kevin. This
Yes.
isn't. This is not marital squabbles with the two of you.
Oh, wait, we're married now?
Well, I know you know what I mean. Couples therapy or whatever. See, maybe you threw me off my game here. Sorry about that, Kevin. Anyway, yeah, because I mean this I mean we're being a little comical right now, but yes, but this actually really is kind of more of a serious bent for you, is the fact of what the heck is going on. You're feeling that you're feeling the imbalance on the inside, and you're basically you are doing your best not to let it show on the outside. And to the majority of people that are out there, they actually don't notice it. But you're a perfectionist. You notice it, and it's driving you nuts. The power of the Leo is that whole idea of you want to perfect this. With every card being inverted right now, something is definitely blocking you. In the fact of it's not just the fact of you're in a bad headspace and you're kind of like almost like impeding your own success, but there really actually is a point where what you have to do is, at least for the time being, it's going to sound strange, stop trying and just like let it go. And then come back a little later. And it's going to make more sense because right now you're just stressed out by this.
And I also think that there are other things that need your focus as well. So it's one of those things like take your attention off this, focus on something else, come back to this later.
So, Kevin, having heard that,
Oh,
you had no specific question.
Kevin says 100%.
100%. Do you have a specific question you'd like to ask now? And we will wait.
Do 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 do. I don't know.
Waiting's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how big the time delay is.
Yeah,
for this
always
particular.
It's usually about 20. I can say
about 20 seconds, give
Yeah,
or
it's
take.
somewhere like 20 to 30 seconds usually.
But that's okay. We are patient.
Are we?
Usually. Well, after all, these live streams, we're not like we're not timed. We're not like going off at a certain hour. We're on till we're done with the people that are on right now. So,
wave your hand under the camera.
which one?
That one. Ooh.
What was the delay factor there?
I'll let you know when we get there.
He's watching.
Any suggestions? Kevin says
Well,
of what to do. Good idea.
I drew that for you, bro.
Not inverted. Actually, let me put it over here so it's a little easier. So that is the regular facing 8 of Wands, which, by the way, also is a card that certainly tries to make it look like it's symmetrical, but it's not. But this one actually is a lot closer than the other ones. The differences are very, very subtle. If you look at the actual design, if it was a black and white design, you would say this actually is symmetrical. It's the colors that aren't. They're close, but they're not quite.
My advice with that, ditch perfection.
Bingo.
Because I'm going to say something that you may disagree with, and it may sound harsh, and I don't necessarily mean it to be this harsh, but this is one of those things where you have never achieved perfection. No one has. And stressing yourself out about that this much with something that is that unattainable is very obviously not currently working for you, and it's not going to continue to work for you in the future. You can get close to perfection, but absolute perfection is not achievable. And as soon as we all sort of let go of that, which admittedly is a societal issue that we don't have, that's a whole conversation we don't have time for, but let go a little bit, dude.
I mean, look at it this way. From an Earth perspective, since your first card was a very obvious, very strong Earth card, is Earth perfect? Is nature perfect? Good God, no. Nature likes symmetry. Nature likes path of least resistance. Nature is not perfect.
No.
So the thing is, this card is symmetrical from a lot of different perspectives. It's just that it's not perfectly symmetrical. The designs here really are, other than the little note here, the actual number of the card, this actually is a perfectly symmetrical design, but the colors are not symmetrical. And again, they're very, very subtle. You have to look at the differences between like the little blue flower here versus the yellow one over here, the brown leaf here versus the yellow leaf down there. They're very, very minor. And to most people, they don't really even see the differences, and they don't care. Neither should you. There's nothing wrong with being imperfect. I mean, obviously, do the best you can, and then let the rest of it go.
I like that.
You like that, huh?
I'm going to switch back to our faces. Hello.
All righty.
Got
So
that song
next up,
Frozen running through my head now.
next up is Christy.
Yes.
Christy West. Actually, let me reshuffle your cards real quick here and give this energy.
And then after Christy West is Megan McCarthy. So you're in the wings.
I like that. What Lisa says, imperfectly perfect, in her comment there.
And Christy says, would like info on career. I'm open though. I go with the flow. Whatever you're feeling, number 22.
Ah, number 22. Now that just kicked in my numerologist.
You're
Number
welcome,
22.
Kevin.
The master builder number. Info on career. And her 22, she picked the number for the master builder, the one who actually wants to create something which actually is physical, not just a concept, not just an idea, actually something which you can turn into real. You're open to go with the flow. What are you feeling? I picked Swiss Wall J. What are you feeling on this one?
I feel like we got to go with our dragons on this
Okay.
one.
Do you want to use your deck or you want to pull mine? Since I pulled your deck, you want to pull mine?
Let's do it.
Okay. And she said 22.
22.
One to the bottom. Da, 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 da. Uh-huh.
And now we flip again.
All right. Make sure we're not in the glare too much here. Okay, so we actually have Ace of Swords, the inverted Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. You know, for 3 cards, that's an excellent start for a poker hand, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Pair of aces and a knight. That's a nice thing there. 3 different suits. Air for swords, water for cups, and earth for coins. So the whole point of like the last reading, we had 3 cards, and it was 3 of the 4 elements. We have the same thing here. So I'm just kind of curious. Is this last one fire? It is not. Okay. Just want to see if there was actually some total symmetry here, or if like, no, not quite. Christy, remember what I said about the master number 22? The master builder. That's what that is. What do you want to build? And I say that kind of, you know, and by the way, this is not necessarily a question that you have to actually answer, at least not to us. Aces represent new beginnings, and the thing is this Ace of Swords is that the dragon is like completely wrapped around this sword, kind of going, this is my baby. You're focused, absolutely focused on creating something for yourself, something brand new. You basically you want to actually build, you want to create, you know. And the thing is, and maybe you feel that right now you are incredibly focused to the point where maybe you're so focused that you actually miss the rainbow that's actually behind the dragon in this cart.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of like one of the, and by the way, I'm not saying that being focused is a bad thing at all. But the thing is, in some kinds, you could be so focused, you could actually miss other things going on. And depending, is that better?
Yeah, move the cards up to the left a little.
That's what we're doing.
I was trying to keep out of the glare here. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I'm sorry. I was looking at the light screen. Yes, that's much better.
Okay. Sound guy's helping us out here with what this visually looks like here. So anyway, it may be you're too focused. And are you planning on going out on your own? Or are you just so focused on keeping things going right now, it's that you're kind of missing some of the beauty around you? The inverted Knight of Cups kind of suggests that, because Cups is for water, Cups is for the suit of emotion, and Knight represents change. Ace represents new beginnings. So the thing is that they're all referencing things which you need to basically change and make things more powerful for yourself. The Knight of Cups, I'm going to flip this over here so you can see what the regular picture looks like. It's the knight which actually carries the sword, carries the shield, has a secondary shield up here along with his water goblet. That dragon's ready for anything. This was inverted because you are so focused on this aspect right now, you're actually missing out on some of the potential of this one. The Ace of Coins, coins is for earth, another ace. The dragon is actually walking out of his cave, starting something anew, going on and doing something different. And honestly, you asked about career. I look at this whole thing and I say as a progression, it looks like that in your current position right now, well, it may be very fulfilling or not. At least it's comfortable. It's not like you're in a position where your job is dangerous, or I should say, where you're not in danger of losing your job, I should say. But you're so focused on that, you're not able to actually obtain your full growth. The Ace of Coins here suggests that it is time for a change. Time for you to get out of that cave and do something different. Whether that means that you really going to go out on your own, change jobs, or the fact of it's just you get out of the doldrums of what you're in right now. But right now, you're so focused, that's not necessarily the best thing for you. You want to chime in on that one?
Well, something that I was thinking about while you were being wonderful and all psychic and all that stuff.
Interesting how you just said that.
Thank you. One of the things that I was thinking about is how every knight holds their weapons differently, if they are holding them at all.
Mm-hmm.
And while this knight is, holding a lance and a shield, they're not necessarily being held in a way that's going to be doing anything useful for them in that if they were to, say, be attacked in that moment.
I mean, for the whole point of the fact of, yeah, the lance is in that pose of, yeah, that's not an attack pose.
That's repose. That's... What I'm seeing here with the focus and everything is you need to slightly change your focus into slightly different areas, like actually get your lance in your hand, essentially. Things like that, if that makes sense. And now we wait, because this is actually a very long delay.
20 seconds.
Yes, it is.
Normal delay.
Yeah, but it's...
So, yes.
Causes a bit of a wait factor for responses, which is okay.
Christy has commented something.
Still with same company, just recently took a new position. Just not sure what my next move will be. This is amazing. Thank you. You don't have to be sure.
The whole point of this one here, the Ace of Coins, the dragon leaving the cave, it's not so much the dragon actually even knows where he's going. It's like he's just getting out of his cave. This is the new adventure.
Which that metaphor after the year that we've all just had.
Oh, good Lord, yes. Absolutely. So, if you're already in the new position, good. Let it kind of like let you find your own way. But the thing is, also just so you know that this is what you were supposed to have done, but don't fall back in the rut where you've been. Well, it's obviously something's new. It's always fun. It's exciting initially, and then it starts getting comfortable and it starts becoming routine. And then what I don't want to see happen is that essentially that this first card becomes your last card again, and you're back to essentially where you were before.
Yes, we're not trying to create a cycle here.
Right. This is not cyclical. This is supposed to be improvement. So this is you kind of going, okay, strive for that new ideal, that new goal, that new thing. And then once you achieve it, strive for something else. Don't get complacent and don't fall back into this kind of predicament.
Well, would you look at that? She's drawn to dragons.
Well, we are we are dragon people. Me especially.
Well, we're humans, but we like dragons.
Well, I'm a dragon spirit, so speak for yourself.
Okay, fine.
Maybe you find that you actually have one inside you. I suppose I was born with one, according to a Reiki master. So
I'm switching back to our faces.
All righty.
Switch.
Okay, so that goes back here. I will reshuffle. Who is up next?
Megan, front and center, and then Jackie, you are after. So,
Melanie, welcome back as well.
And also, hello, Rachel and Heather. Everyone is just.
And we can put Megan. We'll have to put you in the waiting room.
Christy says, yes, I was in a rush and I feel like I did a great thing.
Alrighty. Megan is up and she says, I can't read that. Pop that up there real quick there. 21.
I have no preference for deck or reader, no question.
Boy, no one has any questions tonight.
So not rush, rut. That makes more sense. I get you. Ooh, Heather has a question real quick. I'd just like to say I super appreciate your daily drawings. Is it weird that they always seem to read a day ahead for me? I don't think so. Because, I mean, when we do the daily draws, we're doing them for a collective. And in certain cases, it's really hard to kind of read a collective all at once. So I know that for some people, you know, we have misses. And for some people, we have really solid hits. And, you know, it just kind of... It really depends on where you are. So, no, I don't think that's weird. And also, for anybody who is wondering what Heather's talking about when she says our daily drawings, we have an Instagram where we do daily tarot draws. So if you would like a little daily wisdom, follow us on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn. All right, mini commercial over.
I was they were also on our Facebook page, too.
That's true. We share them to both places.
You add Melanie D. Thomas to the waiting room.
Yes. Melanie, we will put you in the waiting room. We will see how many people from the waiting room get in tonight.
Alrighty. While you were talking, I took the liberty of choosing your dragon deck.
Oh, look, our first troll.
Oh, Queen Lee. By all means, you may ditch Queen Lee.
Yes. And now your laptop's making all sorts of noise.
Yeah, why?
You just got a burst of notifications.
Interesting. Well, it wouldn't be a live stream with us without getting some trolls.
It's very true. All right, and now for Megan.
All right, if you want to put Megan's.
So, Megan doesn't have a question.
Right, she was just open to whatever. All righty, what we have here is a failure to communicate. You knew that was coming.
Yes.
We have number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, the inverted 7 of Wands, and the inverted 5 of Coins. Do you feel lucky? Now I'm being Clint Eastwood right now.
You sure are.
The Wheel of Fortune.
I love the Wheel of Fortune.
It is. I'll put it this way: it's a gamble. 10 is the number for transition, and I look at that card and I like it much more so when it's regular facing and not inverted, because there's a whole concept of the Wheel of Fortune. It's like a roulette wheel. You spin it, and luck of the draw. May the odds be ever in your favor. However, if you're all familiar with going to casinos, you realize that the odds are never in your favor. They favor the house. However, you look at this card, you actually see the dragon has got himself completely looped around the wheel.
You are not playing by house rules.
You're not playing, you've changed the game. So the idea of, yes, you still have to spin the wheel, but the concept behind this is now with you on the wheel, you're controlling it much better, and therefore it's much more likely to land on a spot which is favorable for you than one that is not. And then we have the inverted 7 of wands, wands for fire, and the inverted 5 of coins, coins for earth. And what an interesting mixed metaphor these two cards represent. I'm going to turn these over here.
My God, that's almost like the opposite.
They are the exact opposites.
Hello, it's opposite day.
Uh-huh. The fact of we have the perfect fire, the symmetrical 7. You've heard of lucky number 7. And here's the dragon kind of going, warmth. I love it. To be followed by the card of, inability to make a decision. The dragon hovering over the labyrinth here. And we refer to that as paralysis by analysis. So yes, it is almost as if, what the heck? You are going through a kind of a weird dichotomy right now. Let random chance operate in your favor, because it seems to be right now, while you may be feeling like you've got the energy and you've got the power, but you don't know how to use it. Are you afraid of making a decision? Is that why you want to spin the wheel? Even though you're kind of more of like controlling it, but it's just something screwy's going on here.
I think the decision may already have been made. And Megan, you can totally feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to use some of that outside knowledge that I have of Megan. But Megan will be moving soon. Far, far, far away. And I'm sad because future years at Mass Ren, I will not get to hug you. But I'm wondering if this might pertain to that, because moving, especially out of state, moving is always, it's very risky, especially for how you're gonna sort of build a new life there, making friends, how it's gonna be for your mental and emotional health. And in one way, it can be very freeing. In another way, it can be very panicking.
Mm-hmm. Because these are opposites cards. I mean,
in 2 weeks, ugh.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. I'm very happy for you, by the way. I'm just sad about not being able to hug you. So, do you have anything else there, Lord?
Well, I mean, I look at this as, okay, so the random chance, again, it's not random. You decided to spin this wheel. The change, you're in control of this. The downside is that you're going to be out of sorts for a while, having made the change, having spun the wheel. It's going to take a while before the dust settles. And all I can basically say is, let the power of the energy here actually work in your favor. Let this one remain in the reversed position, as in you don't want to have that whole paralysis by analysis thing. You've already assessed what's going to change. It's just now make the change and essentially don't look back. Because I think that's what this more than anything else is that this is kind of like your attempt to kind of go, oh, did I make the right decision? Am I really doing this? Or, oh, am I going to regret this 3 months from now? She's
going to miss people like me.
Well, Yeah, people like you.
Ah.
Well, you know, there are still these magical things called Facebook. And
What?
yes, you can actually still see them on Zoom and things of that sort. But hey,
What?
pretend it's still the pandemic, you
My
know?
God. Oh, good. The cat's meowing.
Of course.
Shall I switch back to our faces, my lord?
Yes, go for it. Let me shuffle your cards again.
Ooh. Don't look back. Don't let my mother pull me back. I second that. I second that. Yes, indeed, the Book of Faces.
Yes. Alrighty. Jackie, Aubrey, you are up next. You're our next contestants on The Price is Right.
Indeed. Front and center, Jackie. We wait our 20-second delay.
Yes, indeed.
What shall we do this time? Shall we tell a joke?
Okay, go ahead. I have a great.
I was gonna say that.
I have a great not joke. You start.
No, I was gonna say that. That's rude. You're rude.
Who's there?
The interrupting cow.
I already know this one.
I'm not even. Yep. Ooh, okay. Here is. Okay. So Jackie says, having some family issues starting to occur surrounding an upcoming event at the end of the summer. Any insight on how that will play out will be helpful. 21, dealer's choice on deck, and no preference on reader.
People like 21.
And 22.
Well, 21's the world.
Well, that makes sense in this case.
2 and 1 make 3.
And you're welcome, Megan. Miss
21
you.
is the world.
In the tarot deck, number 21 is the card, which is the world.
So if you multiply that twice, you have the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
All right. So, what shall we use?
That.
Okay.
And she said 21 again.
Heather, yes, unfortunately, the queue is full for the evening, but we can put you in the waiting room. And you can also sign up for next month, too, if you like, because monthly. And we promise we won't go 6 weeks again. It was just, the April Fool's.
We couldn't
April
pass
Fool's
it up.
timing was just so perfect.
Yeah, we just couldn't pass that up.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you all really seem to enjoy that one. I think you're after Rachel's heart there. She says, the numbers. All right, shall I switch again?
Okay, go for it.
All righty. Oh, here. Sure, I will do that for a moment.
What are you doing here?
Gabby just asked, can we get an update on who's on the list / order? So we've got Jackie right now. Then there is Joanne, Debbie, you, Gabby, Adrian, and Lisa, and Wendy, if Wendy shows up.
And if Wendy doesn't show up,
then we have somebody from the wait list.
Yes, then we'll give her spot away to somebody on the wait list. Exactly.
So there you are, Gabby. Answer to your question. Let us know if you need us to bump you up or anything. But first, Jackie.
All right, 3 cards. First off, the King of Wands.
Bum, bum, bum.
Aries.
Yes,
one thing.
Just the way you said that.
The King of Wands.
And especially since this is the Dark Shadows deck, I feel like we need the cheesy, dramatic.
Oh, the cheesy, dramatic Dark Shadows music.
Yes.
Okay. We have the inverted Knight of Coins and the Hanged Man, who in this one does not look very happy at all.
No, his head's like dragging on the ground. That doesn't look very nice.
Yeah, I kind of look at that coin. That's interesting. However, I'm interested in the fact of we have 2 cards with no numbers and 1 card with number 12, and she picked 21. So numerology-wise, the whole idea of that's the 3 keeps coming back here. 21 for the world and 12, for the Hanged Man. Oh God, that cat is like whining big time.
Hey, let us know if you can hear the cat whining in the background.
So she said she has some family concerns.
Here, let me pull that comment up.
A thing is
again.
coming up for her.
Having some family issues starting to occur surrounding an upcoming event at the end of the summer. Any insight on how that will play out would be helpful. Well, so I just have a question just for my own direction of where I'm reading this. When you say issues, are you talking about like interpersonal, like are we talking COVID type of issues, or are we talking just like interpersonal family stuff? So thank you kindly if you care to respond.
Also, if any one of these parties happens to be an Aries, that would also be kind of interesting. The fact that because here the King of Wands is also the Aries card. I sense the whole idea of the King of Fire, that powerful, strong male, stereotypical male anyway, almost narcissistic energy. But the thing is that this also could be the positive energy of the strong leader.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if you are anticipating a bad scenario. Therefore, you're essentially you're pumping yourself up with this strong male-ish energy just to kind of get through. Oh, did she have a comment there?
Yep. Family members fighting. What is the birth date for Aries? Aries is actually the March
23rd to April 22nd.
Yes, that one.
So yeah, the one that
it was just Aries.
It was Aries last month. So we are now in the month of the bull, the Taurus.
I like that Chelsea felines are always such critics. Yeah, she's just wailing. Okay, so family. So not like
the thing is,
I always have to double check these things when they talk about like events now.
Well, the thing is, you're anticipating this to not go well. So
that is very much clear.
So the thing is, you're like artificially giving yourself the power of the King of Fire here to basically kind of going, you know what, I will be able to stomach this.
So my brother's wedding is the event, and he's an Aries.
Oh,
well, that might change some things.
Well, no, actually, then it's actually reference to both. It's still the fact of the event is like the dichotomy here still isn't very good. The wedding, maybe a wedding is a wedding, but if there's still an issues with family members squabbling over things, then
yes, a wedding is one of the few times all the family members tend to actually get together.
Yeah, weddings and funerals.
Yes, those are the big two, and Christmas, I guess.
So the Aries is the source of the actual situation, but the thing is, it's still that you feel that you need to come prepared for this.
Yes, as evidenced by the Knight.
Yeah, the inverted Knight of Coins. Coins for Earth. Shut up, cat.
My question for that one is, are you confused in how to actually prepare? Not quite sure what to stack in your arsenal there for this?
That's a good question to ask, because I turned this around so you can see the picture of what this knight looks like. However, it was actually inverted. This is a very stoic knight. The horse is prancing. It's like he's putting on a show. He's all dressed up in his finest. He has his sword here, but he's not in a battle pose. This is a showman's pose on display. And that's, hey, it's pomp and circumstance. Gee, just kind of like a wedding, right?
You don't say.
I'm afraid I do say. So preparing for the old pomp and circumstance. The real trick behind this whole thing here, by the way, is the Hanged Man and number 12. And I think it's, again, the picture on this does not really look very positive. But the thing is, the Hanged Man actually is also something which refers to sometimes as liberation, sometimes as just relaxation, and the fact of the freeingness of certain things. 12 is also a very freeing number, and the fact of it's all based on that emotion aspect. It's like you're coming in there preparing for the worst, and then you're gonna be surprised at actually what happens. In the fact of is that, okay, if you come in with this extra energy and you come in with I should come in my pomp and circumstance and my stoic and the going, yes, I'm going to play that role I am not going to be a negative force in this. I'm going to be that balancing force that people will need to in case the squabbling starts. And then when the actual event happens, it's just like, wow, it's just like, that was a relief. Actually, this was really kind of cool, and there really wasn't an issue.
I braced myself for impact, and there wasn't really.
Yeah. Speaking about bracing for impact.
Oh, I love Sarah. I'm here for what the cat thinks about the cards. They have a lot to say. So Pandora, the cat that has opinions, is mad that we are not predicting any of you giving her cat treats. There, I solved it. Let's see. Jackie says, yes, I don't speak to my mother, and she's starting to use my brother and my dad to get at me, and I'm just unsure how to proceed.
Well, that explains why the cards are suggesting that you're going into this preparing for the worst. And you're buffering yourself with a nice hefty shield of energy and the nice stoicness of you're on display, you're on show, not going to let any of the cracks show. Okay. It's a nice defensive pose to get in there, going, yeah. But then really this one suggests that this actually is not going to be as bad as you think. Actually, it's not going to be bad at all. It could very well be that the focus of the wedding really, the emotion that sometimes gets brought up with weddings that others feed off of that positive aspect of things, it can really put their differences aside and really kind of go, yeah, what you're squabbling over right now really is kind of foolish.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this reading because this one really, it shows kind of a beginning,
but growth,
but a growth on a positive endpoint. So did you have, oh boy, did you have anything else you wish to ask? If not, we're going to move on to Joanne.
Yes.
Yeah, one more for the waiting room.
Yep, I saw. I got it. Thank you.
In the meantime, I'm going to take a little drink of water.
You're allowed. While we wait for Joanne to appear, let's have a brief commercial break.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, have we?
We haven't. We've just been speeding right along and having a great time because we've missed you all so much. We have a couple of different commercials this evening, but let's start with the tried and true oldie but a goodie. Hello, my name is Vanna White.
She gets to talk a lot here.
So, we are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, and our website is on your screen right now, www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can find details about us, all of the things that we do, the types of readings that we do. You can also book readings with us through the website, but you can book readings with us as well through our Facebook page, which gives you a detailed list of everything that we offer and the prices therein, and also puts you right into our calendar. It's very intuitive and user-friendly. Highly recommend. As I mentioned earlier, we also have an Instagram that you can book with us as well, or you can just enjoy our daily draws at Fafnir and Spawn. We have stuff coming up.
We do?
Do you want to talk about stuff?
Well, we have a lot of stuff. Okay, well, first off, we have weekend number 2 of the virtual New Hampshire Renaissance Fair that thanks to the tail end of COVID here, they were not able to do in the field. But like last year, there is another virtual one of it, and it's be going on from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and you can watch that on the New Hampshire Renaissance Fair's Facebook page,
their YouTube channel, and their Twitch channel.
Oh, they get Twitch to work?
They did. They got Twitch to work. It was Facebook that was actually having the trouble last week.
Okay, I thought it was Twitch too.
But anyway, hopefully all technical difficulties will be taken care of.
And we are going to be a part of that. On Saturday, we, as Fafnir and Spawn, will be doing a live half-an-hour show, doing free readings similar to this. And actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not free readings because this is a fundraiser.
Yes.
Event. It's like they call it a Renathon, so it's like telethon, or it's a Renaissance Fair-thon.
So donate $10 to the fair, and you will receive a reading from us.
Yes.
Because this is a charity event for the Rockingham Meals on Wheels and the New Hampshire Food Bank. And especially after the year of COVID that we've all just had, their need is so much greater than it has ever been.
Ain't that the truth?
So we are doing our part, and we hope that you join us. We are also keeping that special going for the entire month. If you either donate to the fair and show us a Venmo or PayPal receipt of some kind, or if you see us during our actual show and comment, we will take, and you book a private reading with us, we will take a portion of what you pay for that private reading, and we will also be donating that to the fair.
So yes, you can get a reading while making a donation to a charity, which is really cool. So that will be happening Saturday, 1:30 in the afternoon. Like I said, the fair runs 10 to 5, and there's lots and lots of fun stuff to watch in there. And I know that because I'm also part of 2 of the things in the fair.
Yes, if you would like to see us in different capacities, you can see him as part of the Core Thieves show, and you can see both of us as part of the singing group Mischief Managed.
Indeed.
They Mischief Managed will be going on at 10:30 on Sunday. So
And the Core Thieves
are 4 o'clock both days.
both days, and that's predominantly comedy, by the way.
Yes.
And saved for the end of the day for a good reason.
And then literally next weekend, so not this one, the next one, we are starting the Robin Hood Fair.
We're going out in the field.
We're back at fairs.
Some fairs actually are going on this year, and so our first Renaissance fair live in the field since before the pandemic began. Ergo, this is the first one since 2019 that we will be at. I'm sorry, I forgot about the Vermont Winter Fair that we did just before the pandemic started.
Oh, yes.
Last year. Anyway, so the Robin Hood Springtime Fair in Connecticut. It starts next weekend. It runs for 5 consecutive weekends, and we'll be doing the entire run.
We in some different versions. There will be
Alternate spawns in a few times.
there will be alternate spawn. I mean, they're usually, hey, surprise! There are alternate spawns a lot of the time. But some of the readers that we have actually had on our little talk show here live will be also being spawn with us. So you can actually come and see us physically live in a place.
Indeed. So yeah, you could get more information off of that. We actually there are links to the fair from our website and our Facebook page. So yes, if you rather than having us talk all about the fun stuff of the fair, go check out the link. They have a very, very expansive website, and also have their own Facebook page, so you can get all kinds of information about them.
Absolutely. And on to Joanne.
And Joanne has already put a comment up there, so I think she's actually fulfilled our wish of number and question and deck, et cetera, and what is it?
Card number 6, both readers' perspective, please. I want to know what my next thing is, like my mission, an event, meeting a new love. It has always flowed for me, but I have no definitive insights at this point in my life.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
How are you feeling about a deck? I'm actually feeling a little bit of 2 of them.
I was thinking that you were going to pull that out for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody picking their own decks tonight?
Everybody's let us choose so
Yes,
far. They're
believe it
giving
or not.
us so much free reign.
This is a first. So every single person having you choose, that's definitely a first.
It is.
It is a first.
And so,
So-
by the way, Debbie, you are in the wings, and Gabby, you are after.
Yes, yeah, waiting in the wings.
Indeed, I'm using the lingo.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
Goodness.
I'm using number 6 here. Both number 6s. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go with the whole 21 thing here because that seems to be a common thing. 2 of Dragon, 1 of the relationship deck.
Go for it. Shall I switch?
Well, she wants perspective of both of us anyway, so go ahead and flip and let's see. So you get these pictures in here and so that they're not all glary-eyed.
Oh, goodness.
What? Go ahead, flip. Are you?
1 second.
What?
There are multiple Debbies in the audience. So Debbie Brewster is up next. So I am so sorry. Goodness gracious. There are multiple Debbies happening. Debbie Tomasetti Kritovich, you are on the waiting list.
Yes. So yes, Debbie Brewster is coming up after Joanne, and then Gabby. We only have one Gabby, right?
As far as I'm aware. Okay, now I will switch.
Okay, switch over. The inverted Page of Wands, the inverted 7 of Cups, and the non-inverted 6 of Pentacles.
You're also going to get a lot of the cat's input.
Yes, apparently the cat is like getting louder and louder with this. Page of Wands also doubles for Sagittarius, for fire. Cups for water, Pentacles for earth. We're back to 3 cards and 3 suits.
Yes,
That's a very common thing tonight.
it is.
This one, the one we're missing here, happens to be air. The logic is not here. We have the energy, we have the emotion, and we have the earth. So her question is essentially what is her next thing, like your next mission?
Well, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say it's going to be focused not very much in the logical center of things.
Well, that's definitely true
Which
based upon
which
this.
also not a bad thing. It's very nice to pursue things that aren't logical. Oh, she's a Libra, you're a Libra, wouldn't you like to be a Libra too?
Oh my God, where'd you pull that one from?
I just
Wouldn't you like to be a Libra too?
was she just I'm air, I'm Libra, and I don't know, that just popped up.
She's a much older soul than she lets on.
It's very don't make me do my Edith Bunker impression.
Oh God. Yes, I'm a Libra. Thank God you're not. My God, that's way too much here. Let us just say that meeting a new love, it's more like, how about meeting yourself? How about the fact of before you can actually find your new mission, whether it be from the career perspective or from the love perspective, it's you really need to clarify and meet yourself again. I don't think that that's something that you've actually really done that much of. There's a lot of decisions that are going on here. Inverted Page of Wands, if I take Sagittarius out, the fact of it's the card of learning and the fact of there's a book there. The inverted 7 of Cups here.
So many choices.
So many choices. Now, granted, inverted cups can't hold water. It makes it a little harder, but each of the chalices here, each of the cups has a different symbol on the fact of, so what is it that you would like to pursue? Is it fame? Is it glory? Is it money? Is it happiness? Is it love? Is it power?
But it also makes sense why she drew that card, since she talked about normally going with the flow, but does not have any particular insights here.
Exactly.
So this is now the
This is kind of the insight of the fact of, okay, it's time for you to actually look deep inside yourself, Clarice Starling. It's for you to actually really say, where's my passion? What do I actually want to pursue? What gives me fulfillment and meaning? And I really draw that from, believe it or not, from this card. The 6 of Pentacles. 6, again, kind of that little number of confusion. Pentacles for earth, for reality. But you look at the picture there, you have the partially undressed woman. And she's fondling herself and eating an apple, and she has all the food here in the plate. There's the new quote, new love. The man, he's on the outside looking in. Essentially, this woman in this card is not ready for a relationship because she's basically reconnecting with herself first.
which is so smart, and not enough people actually take that step before pursuing romance.
Yes. And so honestly, I'm kind of going, Joanne, you need to reconnect with yourself first.
Mm-hmm. Which might honestly be why you don't have any that disconnect. Maybe why you feel like you can't quite flow as well, and you don't have any insights for this particular thing.
And by saying this doesn't mean to say that you have to have an epiphany like tomorrow morning.
Oh no, take your time.
Definitely take your time,
Explore.
explore, have fun in the process. But realize that before you could actually because essentially this card is, what's my emotional choice going to be? What am I want to decide upon? What do I want to focus on? Well, maybe before you actually really, really take one of those chalices and down its contents, maybe take a little sip of that one, and maybe take a little sip of the one over here too, just to try things out a little bit and realize that you're actually doing something for yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish, spoiled, narcissistic way, but sometimes you actually have to do things for yourself, because if you ain't good to yourself, how are you gonna be good to anybody else?
Agreed.
And what did they say? What did they say on the airplane when they did the little safety check? Should oxygen masks deploy? Put your own on before you assist other people.
But I also appreciate the way that you said if you're not good to yourself, because I feel like that is much different from the other phrase that's been very popular, thanks to like RuPaul, which I don't like this for, which is like, if you don't love yourself, how are you ever going to love anybody else? And just because you struggle with loving yourself doesn't mean that you're not capable of loving somebody else or that somebody isn't capable of loving you. But being good to yourself, like that, I feel like that is much better worded.
Mm-hmm.
I like that better. You do good.
You like that better, huh?
I do. You do.
Well,
good.
I mean, it's a similar concept. Wording is very, it's a minor change of the wording, but
it makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're one of those people that actually spends your entire time giving, and not taking, that's an issue.
Oh, yeah.
So, Joanne, having heard that, do you have any comments? Do you have a specific question you're looking for right now? Because essentially we're telling you to go out and find yourself, reconnect with yourself in whatever form that means. And maybe that's literally you retreat internally a little bit and just kind of meditate, or maybe it means that you actually go out and reconnect with actual outside people, but reconnect with things that you really, really miss, or you really, really love, and things that you truly have passion for. And you just want to just have that just kind of like wave over you again, because it's been a while since that's happened.
So for some of the new people that are joining us, Marianne, I'm sorry, we do not offer mediumship readings at present. If you would like, we can always recommend some mediums for you to contact. And Lawrence, that's a question to ask a hospital.
What?
Somebody asked.
Oh, it's a comment. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind. So, Joanne, any other? We're waiting for the time delay here.
Yes.
If not, Debbie Brewster, prepare, because you're up next.
And Joanne says, makes sense. I'm a giver. I've been in this stuck position for a while. I will try little tastes of things.
Little tastes of things. Okay.
And that is dip your toes.
Yeah, dip your toes. And by the way, if that's how you want to pursue this, don't feel ashamed at what happens. So the thing is, dip your toes in, take little tastes of thing, explore, enjoy. Let your emotions within yourself well up first.
And if you're looking for a really good meditative experience, I highly recommend sensory deprivation tanks. One, they're very excellent for chronic pain, anybody that's dealing with chronic pain. But two, it is really just a lovely meditative experience. Highly recommend. All right.
Alrighty, moving on to Debbie. I think she has put up her her selection, so to speak. What do we have here?
Yes, Debbie says, both readers, number 70, whichever deck will give this Leo good luck. Tell me about the Gemini in my life.
Ooh!
I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
The Gemini in her life.
Indeed.
She's a Leo, and she's this is a romantic Gemini.
You're welcome, Joanne. Gabby, you're in the wings.
What was our number? It was 70, right?
70.
Okay, I'm going to count from the back of the deck. That's going to take a lot shorter. Do you agree that we're going to be using this one?
I think so.
Yeah, exactly. Tell you about the Gemini in your life. Geminis are crazy, by the way.
Woo!
That's a stereotype.
Ooh,
yes. Actually, but to tell you the truth, about half of the astrological signs have stereotypes of being emotionally crazy.
Hi.
Yeah, you're one of them.
I know.
Scorpio's another one.
I know. So's Cancer, and I'm.
Oh yeah.
And that's my moon sign.
No truth to that.
You have 3 cards with nudity on them. So be prepared for the R-ratedness of this deck to show in this reading.
All right. So, switch.
Alrighty. Okay. So we have a lot of naked people up here. We have the inverted Knave of Swords. Guess which sign that is? Gemini.
Gasp.
Gasp. Surprise? Not really. We have the Judgment card, and then we have the Three of Chalices, neither inverted. I just want to turn this around here. So Knave of Swords, inverted, but that's what it looks like. I love that picture, by the way.
I remember that.
Yes, I refer to it as the Kiss My Ass card.
Also, good evening to you, my Ilka.
Tell you about your Gemini. Well,
Well, goodness, what's there to say that the pictures are not making expressly clear?
well, it's a
Quite a bit.
It's
I'm
a
being
combination.
funny.
I know you are. I mean, we have a lot of fun with this deck, by the way. But yeah, here we have the submissive male and the dominant female. So if you guys are into that whole sub-dom thing, go for it. I mean, there certainly is no judgment on our aspect.
But I mean, also, us Leos with our powerful personality, we do tend to be the dominant ones in relationships. Just
Yes.
throwing that one out there.
And after all, us air people, because the thing is, we're trying to always seem to keep things try to keep things in balance. We have a tendency of going with the flow sometimes, and so
Yes.
so sometimes we get led along by the fire people.
The fire people.
Well,
You hear that, Debbie? We're the fire people. I love it.
the Leo versus the Gemini. Well, hey, I, as a Libra, I kind of get the whole thing there. So, so yes, this one clearly is the the dom, the subservient there. And the thing is, again, hey, whatever you guys do, as long as it's mutually agreeable, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If it's not, after all, this was inverted, so I just want to put that out there. So maybe it'd be a little something that it could very well be that maybe you are a little bit more dominant, in which case maybe you need to back off a little bit. However, I don't really think that's a major issue either way. We have here Judgment. Now, I like this. This is a very interesting picture because in other decks with the Tarot, Judgment is very much that whole, God coming down from on high and providing pronouncing judgment on the sinners and so forth. Of course, let's face it, Judgment really is designed to be by the beings above us. We surely shouldn't be judging ourselves, but we do it all the time anyway because, well, we're stupid.
We're imperfect.
We're imperfect.
We're flawed.
We are definitely flawed. However, this picture basically is, it's showing, I don't want to call it a hand fasting, but the thing is that you have the man and the woman here. They are being bonded together. You have Cupid up here.
It's like an emotional hand fasting.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you have Cupid up here in the clouds looking down, kind of going, okay, do you guys really fully understand what you're getting into here? This is more kind of like a reality check going, okay, this is much more than just a physical bond. This is the emotional and physical combined bond saying, do you guys really want to do this? Do you want to be hand fasted, body fasted together? And after it's your decision to do so. The Three of Chalices. Now you look at the picture there, that looks obviously incredibly physical.
That is all about you.
I mean, the thing is, it's also about the fact that it's the three for emotion and water. And the chalices is also the water suit. So even though the picture is very, very physical in the fact of, yes, you're being fondled, you are being touched and in a way that you actually like it. But you also know that the man is actually very, very much kissing you on the neck here as not just a physical thing. There is that emotional bond there as well.
Oh, right. Absolutely. But what I'm saying when I say it's all about her is the fact that she is the one being fondled and caressed. And again, three and all of that. So like, this is her emotional fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part where it is truly all about her. And yes, she notices the kissing too, but again, that is still all about her in a good way.
Well, what I kind of sense from this is the fact of, I look at these three cards as a general thing here, and I kind of go, it's almost as if the Gemini fell in love with the Leo first. And the fact of it's taken a while for the Leo, who's just basically been enjoying all the attention and all the contact and all of that fun stuff, and realize kind of going,
look, quit calling me out.
wow, this person's really in love with me.
Well, you can stop calling me out at any point in time. Yes, I know Leos are awesome, and everybody always falls for us first.
I am going to gag.
Yes, you were meant to.
But air signs do have a tendency of falling in love first over fire signs.
Yeah,
by a general rule.
that has definitely been how my life has gone. But do you have any further questions and or thoughts, Debbie? Here, I'll switch back to our faces and away from the erotic scene below. Because that's what everyone wants, away from the nudity.
Oh, come on. They don't like that. No. Say it proud, Leo. Well, that's what Debbie says.
Ooh, do you pick up on any indecision? From whom? You or them?
It's funny. I just got a tune in my head. One of my little clairvoyant things, and this is a song where I'm not sure people remember this. Do you remember Ricky Lee Jones? Chucky's in love.
Oh, that's one you haven't done in a while.
Chucky, I haven't done that one. I don't think I've ever done that one. It just popped into my head. I haven't heard that song in like forever.
When I say done that, I mean our like.
Oh, you mean my whole clairaudient thing?
Well, that, but also just like our car rides where you just taught me about. He spent, my childhood teaching me about classic rock and things like that.
Chucky's in love with the girl that's singing this song. The fact of that if you're not familiar with the song, Chuck a little capital E, by the way, Chucky's in love. It's the girl singing the song about someone that she knows and about how it's very apparent there's a change over him because he's fallen in love, and she's just singing about he's fallen in love with some girl. Well, it turns out the girl he's fallen in love with is the singer of the song, and she realizes at the end of the fact that Chucky's in love with her.
Oops.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, didn't see that one coming, did you? So the indecision is coming from you. I hate to say it. The fact of Chucky's in love with you. Your Gemini loves you. Now the question is that how do you really love the Gemini back?
Or just the attention.
And by the way, there doesn't the answer is what the answer is. Again, no judgment from either of us.
And again, Marianne, we do not offer mediumship readings. We are not going to be offering mediumship readings tonight, so please stop repeating your comment. We can recommend mediums for you, but we will not be able to answer your question.
Very well put.
Thank you. I try.
So any last minute comments, Debbie? If not, we will move on to Gabby.
It's time for the Bay. And that means Adrian, you are waiting in the wings, and then Lisa Smith Elliott, you are after Adrian.
Oh, Debbie has a comment. Oh boy, trying to figure that one out. No?
And this is where you go away and think about it. No.
Yeah.
But stick around and watch and be entertained. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you for calling us awesome. All right, Bay, front and center. What do you want?
And Gabby. Okay, I'm sorry. And after Gabby is Adrian Hughes.
Yes, and then Lisa Smith Elliott. I just did this while you were shuffling.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Also, final call for Wendy Zimmerman.
Yes, Wendy. Wendy. Give me the bat, Wendy.
Oh my God.
We're going to give away your space if you don't come out, if you come forward.
Oh.
Don't worry, Wendy. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. I love that movie. I'm sorry. I do like that movie. I love Jack Nicholson when he plays that movie.
All right. So Gabby says 17 general dragons.
Okay, let's do your dragons because
yes,
it's been a while since they've been played with. 17, huh? Question? No question? Just whatever?
Yeah, general.
Says, I think Peter Pan took her away, took away Wendy.
Well, I also like Matt's comment there.
What was that?
Wendy Zimmerman to the customer service desk, please.
Blue light special, at least for a few more minutes. All right, go ahead and flip it over.
Flipty flip.
We have, oh boy, interesting. We have the inverted 6 of Swords. We have the regular 3 of Wands and the inverted number 21, the World. Well, it's about time the World card showed up. We kept having 21 and 12s all time here.
Hey,
so,
none of these cards surprise me.
What do you know that I don't?
A lot.
I bet.
Well, full disclosure for everyone watching, like we usually
She's
do.
modest.
Like,
Yeah, that's
Like-
another thing of Leo's, modesty.
well, in this case, I'm right. For full disclosure for the people watching, because we always disclose when we know people that we are reading. And Gabby is one of my very, very bestie friends. So because there is bias, the Lord Fafnir is going to be taking lead, and I will.
Because I don't know nothing about Gabby.
Yeah, and
Well, that's not totally true, but
and Gabby and I talk every day. So
yeah, I don't talk to Gabby much at all. Because Gabby's Gabby. She likes to gab.
oh my god.
All right. Swords for air, logic, wands for fire, and energy. And then number 21, the world. Well, that card itself carries no element. The number does. 21, 2 and 1, 3, emotion. Like a water card. 6, 3, and 3. And the fact of this was the only one that wasn't inverted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Gabby. Please calm yourself down. Just like, I realize that things are kind of a mess right now. I realize that things are complicated, but you have a tendency of overcomplicating them. So just kind of cut it out, please. Please. Do you want to get cut on these swords, by the way? The thing is, the 6 swords here, they're forming that little barrier. A lot of people look at that kind of go, okay, it's like a prison cell, can't get through. The reality is you can, but you got to be careful. You can basically tuck your wings in, fold sideways. You can shimmy through there. But if you do it the wrong way, you go too fast, you're going to cut yourself on those. Those swords are sharp. So if you want to make progress, you have to progress carefully. And just looking at it as kind of going, oh, I don't get it. It's confused. I don't want it. Well, you know what? If you want to act that way, by all means, free will. But it also means that your progress is going to be slowed and or completely stopped. And I don't think that's really what you're looking for, especially with the fact of the 3 of Wands card, your energy. You are on an energy and emotional high right now, whether you realize it or not, or whether you actually know how to properly spend your energy. You actually have a great way of actually using your energy if you can get, pardon my French, if you can get your head out of your ass and basically start thinking more smarter, more logically, and reason through, because essentially it's the logic that's falling apart. If you can solve this, then these 2 cards make actual perfect sense. It's like, okay, I got through the barrier. Now it's like, I'm free. And my 3 of Wands, my energy, there's actually more flame here than 3 lit wands actually survive or allow, rather. So the thing is, you've got that excess amount of energy, which you can either use to burn yourself with, or you can use for others in a positive way, and yourself, and create new things. And then the world, even though it was inverted, it's still the fact of the world is you as the dragon holding the world. It's a burden, and it's also a pleasure. But what is it for you? Do you look at it from the point of view of the world is a beautiful place and I can hold it and caress it and embrace it? Or am I the Greek god Atlas and I'm holding it up and it's just like it's a pain in the neck? What's up? You're flagging me. You're trying to get me to stop?
No, we're going with door number 2.
Oh, going door number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain in the ass.
Gabby and I are very similar people in that we are the
What, inverted here then? That explains why it's inverted if you think it's more of the pain in the ass
well.
aspect.
Gabby and I are the same kind of person in that if you want something done right,
Do it yourself.
bingo. But what happens when you have that philosophy in life?
You get overworked, you get overburdened, and you have a tendency of being a bit of a perfectionist, and you're never really happy with much of what you do.
I'm just gonna let that one sink in.
Because I know this well because it's one of my sins as well.
I know
Now-
you're the one that taught me this.
Well, now in my case, it's because I actually put very little faith and trust in others. I don't trust other people to do it right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's exact. Seems pretty on point. Everything falls onto my plate.
But why do you let it?
Ooh, there it is. Hey, maybe she'll listen to you.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point, is that why do you let it? Everything falls on your plate. That doesn't mean you actually have to do everything with it. You don't have to eat it all. Or the fact that it's like when you can say, no, sorry, this fell on my plate, but I didn't put it here. This isn't mine. Here, I don't want this. Take it back. I mean, it's when stuff falls on your plate, if you decide at that point to do things with it, that's also a choice of yours. And I'm not saying that there's a reason why you should or shouldn't, but on an individual thing. But every now and then you can't take on everything, because if you take on everything, you know what ends up getting done correctly and completely? None of it.
You're trying to get better about delegating, which I know, and I believe you, and that is good. And also, there are still certain things in which you are not quite. And these are also things that you can't quite delegate. These are things to just say no to. Like the excess babysitting of adults that you do, you know what I'm talking about. I try not to air people's dirty laundry on public streams, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say that, I love you.
You're not trying to air people's dirty laundry, but you did anyway.
Not really.
No, I know you didn't, but it's just funny the way you said that.
Well, it's true. And poignant to the conversation. Any further questions, my darling, light of my life? Because if not, Adrian is up next, followed by Lisa Smith Elliott, and then we will be looking into the waiting room because I am here and now calling it for Wendy Zimmerman.
Oh, are you officially saying she's done?
Well, I mean,
She's toast.
We are 90 minutes into this.
She hasn't checked in yet, so her spot is given away. So, Adrian, it is up to you right now.
Love you, Gibby. All right, so let us wait for Adrian to arrive.
Okay, so in the meantime, and after Adrian is Lisa Smith.
Yes, here is Adrian. Adrian would like career-focused 43, any deck, no preference. Wow, people really are just letting us pick.
All right, I'm going to let you choose this one. Since we just did your dragon cards, I'm going to give these a rest. So do you want to do Dark Shadows, or do you want to do my dragons? Sound guy is saying something from the background. I heard what he said.
What did he say?
He said Dark Shadows.
Okay.
Do you want to go with Sound Guy? Do you trust Sound Guy?
Yeah.
Okay. 43. And what was it? Was it anything career? Did I lost the comment there, by the way.
Here, I will put it back up. Career focused 43, any deck,
Okay.
no preference.
cards are sticking. There we go. All right. So we have company upstairs.
Apparently.
Career question. Oh, interesting. Alrighty, fire it up. Turn the camera around, and we have the 9 of coins. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have La Mort, the Death card. Number 13, which I always like the Death card, to tell you the truth. So coins for Earth. We have cups for water. And the Death card also doubles as an astrology, that being for Scorpio. So we have a pair of waters here. No inverted ones this time, believe it or not.
Hot damn.
Hot damn, really? So, earth, water, and water. And it's a career question.
Well, at least we got some earth in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, since one of the things we were referring to earlier was that whole concept of symmetry, look at the 9 here. This, other than the little 9 down here representing the actual card itself, this card, believe it or not, actually is not symmetrical. Fooled you. I thought I was going to say it was totally symmetrical, right? It actually,
I know better.
Again, it's really, really, really close. Because this time, the colors actually are symmetrical. So the one we talked about this before is that the design was, but the colors were not. Here, the colors are perfectly symmetrical, but the design is not. And it's very, very, very subtle. The only thing where we have the discrepancies are these little wisps right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for those, this would be a perfectly symmetrical card. Oh, so close.
So close.
But you know what? That's essentially that's the reality of trying to perfect, and then basically kind of going, you know what? This is as good as it's going to get. And those little wisps right there, I don't care. Let the imperfections stay.
Hey, I feel like that's been a theme for this evening.
But this case, this one is saying that it's not being. I'm getting the impression that this is not being actually fought. Is that this is like, you know what? This is the best that I can do. This is essentially,
and that's okay.
And that's okay. Now the question is that okay with the people who actually hold your career and your balance? Because I look at that, kind of go, aha, we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Death card. Both of them are referencing one thing, and it's both from the same thing. They both represent change, and they both represent it from the water side, the emotional side.
Yes.
Change of the heart, and the ultimate in change is death. Because after all, when Death card shows up in the tarot deck, it almost never refers to an actual physical death. It's just the fact of death is the end of the phase that you are in, and it's moving on. Whether or not you want to make the change, because after all, change is something that you can more or less decide on yourself to do. Death, on the other hand, is no, that's it. The change is being forced upon you. Whether you choose to make the change or whether the change just happens, it's still, that's it. I mean,
But use the scythe in your favor. The scythe is, for tilling of the wheat, or in this case, the clearing away of negative influences.
Bingo.
So whether or not this is a decision you make or one that is thrust upon you, use it to your advantage either way.
I look at this and I say, the transition here is that you are doing the best that you can right now. And no, it's not perfect. And frankly, this is it. This is what you can accomplish. This is what you're going to do. And you are comfortable with what you are doing. However, I don't think that's being shared by your superiors. So this whole idea is the fact of change what you can change. As in, don't be silent. Let your people know that the fact of hey, this should be good enough for everybody. What's your problem? I don't understand that. It's like, what else do you expect on this thing? And the fact of, all right, if that doesn't work, maybe it's something you say, you know what? I don't need this crap anymore.
Excuse me.
I can make my own change.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, rather than wait for a forced change to come to you, make the change that you want to make.
I can buy that. I like that.
Well, especially because the time of, with the pandemic coming to an end, there's so many more opportunities right now as well.
Yes.
Especially from a career perspective.
And people finally not asking, demanding for better than what we have previously had. So
now, based upon that, Adrian, do you have any follow-up questions? And we will wait for the 20-second dead spots.
Yes, and Lisa Smith Elliott, you are in the wings if you are still with us.
Yes. So, Lisa, if you want to go ahead and throw up your request for reader, deck, number, question, etc., let us know while we wait for Adrian to give a response.
Adrian does not have any further questions. Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for checking in. All right, so we put this back and shuffle these, and
we wait for Lisa. Matt's helping. Bueller.
Did you see my other comments from the last one?
Yes, I did.
I did. That was funny. So, Lisa, and then after that, we move to the waiting list, which the first one on the waiting list is Nikki.
Yes.
Lisa's come in ready.
Yes. Awesome. 56, Dragon Deck, and General.
Is she the first person tonight to actually pick the deck?
Yes.
You were seeing something which I'm not seeing yet.
Comment here, right there.
Oh, no, actually, on my thing, it wasn't there.
Well, that's weird.
Even I had it.
Well, bully for you.
But anyway, 56, Dragon, General. But yes, so the first person that made it onto the waiting list tonight is Nikki Daly. If you are still here, you will get Wendy's spot. And for the other people in the waiting room, thank you so much.
And if Nikki doesn't show up, then the next person gets it. So
yes, but you know how this works. Waiting room is always a bit dicey. But you also know that you can book with us at any time or come to our next free stream, whatever you like.
Alrighty, 56 it is. Add 56, you get 11. The Master Intuitive. Another master number shows up tonight.
Well, looky that.
General.
I was
going to say as opposed to Colonel or Major.
Wow. We're at that level of the evening, are we?
Get a little punchy?
A little bit, apparently.
Go for it. Turn it over. The Five of Swords. We actually had that from another deck earlier tonight, too. So, And number 5, inverted, Hierophant, also representing the current month of Taurus. And then we have the Queen of Coins, also representing Taurus. Oh my God, what's going on here?
Earth.
Well, we have air, earth, and earth. We have a pair of fives, a pair of earths. We have 2 references to now, unless Lisa, are you a Taurus? Are you a happy birthday? Are you a bull?
Are you a happy birthday?
Well,
what kind of a?
Well, I mean, this is the month of Taurus, so if she's a Taurus and she's having a birthday.
Yeah, no, I understand that bit, but
are you a Chevy?
Yeah, but the question, "Are you a happy birthday?" That was just. No, I'm a sad birthday.
You're a sad birthday. Happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo.
Oh my God.
We're
Anyway.
getting a little childish now, aren't we?
Lisa is a Capricorn, but Lisa's
mom is a
Taurus.
Well, Capricorn's also an earth sign. Boy, you earth people, you're down to earth. the inverted Hierophant and the regular Queen of Coins. Interesting. Okay. Boy. Okay. Five of Swords. Stick out like a sore thumb here. There's an awful lot going on here. You got the competition here, and it's just like you're like, my sword, damn it. And the fact that you have these two little dragons here who are fighting to basically take what is yours. Competition. Five is also for reevaluation. So it's just like you're like this being both a kind of a personal thing, and also I think a bit of a professional thing too, is the fact of it's that combination of, it's like, God damn it, this is my space. Will you let me have my my area here, my spot, and just stop just trying to constantly bring me down and pull things away from me. This is me. All right. This absolutely is me. And then we have the combination of the inverted Hierophant and the Queen of Coins, the Taurus cards here, the Bulls. I don't mean Chicago Bulls. I mean the fact that you've got the Hierophant, the Priest card, and how it's drawn in other decks. This one is more of the all-purpose dragon, and the fact that he's under the church steeple, shall we say.
Unlike you, I was going to say, were you having issues with word retrieval there?
A little bit. I'm trying to describe it a little better than this thing. See, but I couldn't come up with another word, though. But the thing is, here you have the dragon with the helmet on there, with the toys and the little dragon puppet here. The fact of the all-purpose, all-controlling. There's a lot going on in this card. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like there's a lot of stuff going on over here. Simplification is something that you actually are craving, and just like is almost that angst of there's just not necessarily feeling that. And then the whole Queen of Coins is the fact of, okay, now here I am hovering around my tree waiting for that egg to hatch. Gonna put all my eggs in one basket now, aren't I?
You found that thing you want to protect.
You found the things you want to protect. Is exactly.
You uncomplicated, but maybe a step too far.
Well, yeah, was that the wisest decision to make?
Yeah. I am unsure if that was, because don't get me wrong, I am all for uncomplicating, but you also can't take it too far. We have, as humans, we have a tendency to do the pendulum swing. When we realize we're doing too much of one thing, we go to the extreme polar opposite. We have a very hard time finding middle grounds. Yes.
This is definitely true. And unfortunately, it's you don't want that pendulum to swing too far. Because here you asked for, will you please give me some alone time? Will you back off and let me have my alone time?
I'm lonely.
Right. Careful what you wish for. You may get it.
Because there's also a difference between alone time and being lonely. A huge difference. And so many people don't understand that, because we live in a society that's run by extroverts, and the concept of alone time or even just free time that you're not filling with something is such a foreign concept in our society, but one that needs to be re-embraced. Ooh, I was on a roll there.
You were. Rolling the drum.
Rolling in the deep.
So, Lisa, having heard that, do you have a specific question you'd like to ask now? And you don't have to.
No, it is all optional. It's all entirely what you want.
And while we're waiting for that, Nikki, are you still here?
Because if not, we will move to the next person. That makes total sense. Thank you. Thank you.
You are very welcome. And then we'll reshuffle these things.
Indeed.
Nikki.
Do, 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 do.
I do love the character of Nikki in the Jason Bourne films, by the way.
I've never actually seen one of those.
Never
all the way
seen the
through.
Jason Bourne films?
No, I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh, you've never seen
I've never actually seen one all the way through.
And I forget who the actress is who plays the character of Nikki Parsons, because she actually manages to make it through. She's in. They made 5 films. She's in all the ones with Matt Damon. They made a 4th one without Matt Damon, which was really, really bad. But
Yeah, wasn't that with
besides the
Jeremy
point.
Renner?
Yeah, and
Hawkeye.
and I was going to say not that he was a bad actor. It was just a kind of a bad plot. It was a kind of a pointless film.
Anyway,
Nikki. Yes, if not Nikki, then Jay.
Jalen, if Jalen is still here, and then if not, Melanie. Woo!
Because we know Melanie is here.
We do know Melanie is here.
Yes.
We're moving on because we have no Nikki.
Yep.
Okay, so Nikki. Jalen is here.
Cool. Hello, Jalen. It is lovely to meet you. I do believe you're new. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Indeed. Okay, so Papa, he had a job interview yesterday. I'm trying to read that.
How was the energy around it? Will I get the job?
Ooh, good question. Now, so Jay, which deck, which reader, what number?
You should note for the people watching this on Facebook that this particular person is coming through on YouTube, which is why they may not be able to see the comments being made from this person if they're following along.
What he said.
What I said, yes.
What he said.
Well, why should I repeat that when they can hear him?
Okay, so he is chosen, and the number shall be 3.
I am the chosen.
Any person.
All right.
What are we feeling here? Did he get the job? Did he get the job? Do we need 3 cards for that? We only need 1.
Let's find out.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, good. It's Mr. Owl.
I was going to say, like I said, I'm getting awful punchy, aren't I?
Oh, she, by the way.
Oh, she, excuse me.
Yes, we don't like misgendering people here.
No.
Hey, we just saw those.
No, that is hilarious. This was from a different deck.
I know.
I pulled those from my other deck. This is.
I'm going to do the switch.
Flip it over.
All right. For our final reading of the evening.
So, Jay, in case if you were paying attention to the last reading, 2 of these 3 cards are going to look awful similar because we just showed them. Now in this case, it's the inverted world and the 5 of swords, followed by the Queen of Wands. And yes, we have 2 dragon decks, by the way. This literally came from the other deck. So it's like, I can't say I shuffled incorrectly because we used the other deck.
Exactly. I find that quite funny.
And sometimes I tell people when they ask me a yes or no question, I say, okay, but you're going to get more than just a yes or no answer. So I look at those 3 cards and I say to you, Jay, first of all, are you a Leo? I don't think you are. Did you get the job? Yes. The question I have for you is, and you won't know this for the time being, is that by having gotten that job, are you actually, was that a good thing?
Ooh.
Because I see, what was that?
Yeah, there are more trolls. Keep talking.
Trolls are coming.
Yes,
okay, well, you can de-troll while we keep going here. All right, so the world says yes. However, it's inverted. And so even though on a short-term basis, this is exactly what you want. And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. But I sense along with this is that complications will be arising from this, possibly things that you didn't anticipate, or maybe you did. Maybe you actually fully know what you're about to get yourself into. The 5 of Swords, again, the card for competition. And again, maybe this is just a naturally competitive position. You are willing and able to actually do the fights that are going to be necessary for this. If you've anticipated this, have at. If you haven't anticipated this, know that it's coming. The Queen of Wands, the Leo card, there is your feeding off of the energy. And it could very well be that, because after all, with no offense to the Leo sitting next to me, or take all the offense you want. Leo is a tendency of being a rather narcissistic sign. The fact that it's all about me.
Well, it is.
But Leos also have great energy. So the thing is, if you can tap into the positive aspect of Leo energy without the negative aspect of, oh, it's all about me,
Well,
then...
And that also comes with, so Leos do tend to have that energy. But at the same time, there are also Leos who have the flip side of that energy, which is they are so insecure, it's not even funny. And there are, in fact, narcissistically insecure Leos, is what we're like. They act like the big narcissistic personality, where inside they are so insecure, it's not even funny. So... where is the big energy coming from?
Well, Jay has the comment. You want to put that up there real quick? It says,
yes.
Very competitive. So it appears that you actually have anticipated this. Therefore, this is the devil that you know. Good for you. Then I would say, if you are fully aware of what the heck you've just gotten yourself into, the job is yours. Enjoy, and feed that. Basically feed. You're going to need it, by the way. Take that. Let Leo
feed the energy.
Feed the energy. You're going to need the energy. You're going to need to basically feed that lion.
Because also a lot of that energy is very performance based, and it helps you get into a certain mindset. So absolutely feed that big. It's almost very like showman kind of energy. Life's a performance. Yeah.
Life is not a dress rehearsal.
No, life is the performance.
Yes, exactly.
And you got to be on. You got to have your game face. Speaking of faces, shall I?
Go for it.
Hello, it's us again.
Alrighty. So there it is.
There it is. Our May free live stream is coming to an end, and we thank you all so much for joining us. And you know what, Jalen? We think you're ready for it too.
Oh, you're ready. Honestly, when I first saw the array of cards there, I kind of went, I don't necessarily think she knows what she's getting herself into. Then with your comment,
Thank you, Jalen.
You kind of corrected me. So no, you anticipate the competition. Okay. You're good to go.
So before we close out one final time, we are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. Our website is currently on the screen, www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can find all sorts of details about who we are, what we do, and where you can find us in the future on our website. You can also find us on Facebook at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we have all of our services and our rates there with a handy dandy book now button that puts you right into our calendar. It's very intuitive and user friendly. You can book with us there. Our website, our Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn, where we also do daily draws of psychic wisdom. So if you're looking for a little bit of that, follow us there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we have a YouTube channel, because we know that you just want to watch these over and over and over again because we're just that entertaining. We are. It's true. So find us in all of these places and come on Saturday at 1:30 to potentially have a reading from us. Again, donate $10 to the New Hampshire Ren Fair, and you will get a reading from us.
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of the month, if you donate to the fair and show us proof that you donated, or if you book a private reading with us and ask us to donate, we will donate a portion of what you paid to the New Hampshire Renaissance Fair.
Mm-hmm.
The food bank is always a very good and very important cause. So, and you can also come and see us at actual fairs that are happening in real life this year, not just virtually.
Yes, we have a bunch. We talked about before about the one that's coming up starting next weekend, or for 5 weeks in Connecticut. We're also going to be at the last week of June. We're going to be in Vermont. We're going to be in Maine, the Maine Renaissance Fair in July. And we're going to be at the Cummington Fair in Massachusetts, the Mass Ren Fair in the beginning of August. And we're going to be taking some real interesting road trips to New Jersey in September.
Our first non-New England fair. So for anybody that is interested in knowing where Lord Fafnir and Spawn are going to be and where he is going to be by himself specifically for certain events, you can find that on our website. We have an events page that literally details where we are going to be and when. So
also it's on the Facebook thing too, as much as we can get information on.
As much as we can.
Is Fitchburg on that list? Do we know if that's happening yet this year?
We don't.
No. Haven't heard about that one yet.
Because I think that's like a weekend or two prior to Sparta.
And also, if you would like to tip us at all or anything like that for the work that we do here, our PayPal link is on the screen, paypal.me/Fafnir and Spawn. This is also how you can pay us for anything that you book privately or any of the other private streams we do. Just a heads up, we are going to be doing fewer streams as the Ren Fair season really kicks into high gear.
We're still going to do these monthly free streams, but some of our other ones that we've been doing in the past, we're probably going to take the summer off because we have so many road trips we're doing this summer.
But you will still see us here for these free streams every month, so you're not going to lose us. And also, we may actually do a few streams from an actual fair.
I'm actually hoping that we actually do that, tell you the truth. So that would be an awful lot of fun, I think. So also, we have another one of the messages in the music, which I do, which is about to come out as well.
Indeed. One of our YouTube series that he does is Messages in the Music, new episode coming soon. And there is a playlist of all the other episodes on our YouTube channel, so you can get caught up on his clairaudient wisdom. But for now, we must say goodbye. So,
merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.